tribe up. Oh, I knocked my camera down. My camera fuzzy now. I gotta go straighten that camera out. Hold on. I knocked all my cameras down, y'all. Tribe up. Cameras all over the place right now. Hold on. Let me see if I got one that's straight. Hold on. Tribe up. Hey, what's happening, everybody? I'm Blackjack, by the way. Hey, your boy been kind of busy the last couple of days, but I've been sitting back quietly observing my nigga. I've been just sitting back quietly observing, checking everybody out, seeing what everybody else talking about. You feel me? Salute. Let me make sure y'all can see me. Let me put this camera. I got this camera close to me. I can straighten this one out. Yeah, man. I've been kind of busy the last couple of days, getting stuff straight on the homestead, my nigga, and doing some stuff, tribing up, taking care of the fam, my nigga, you know. And I just been sitting back quietly observing at the same time, seeing what everybody else talking about. Cause I be rocking the mic on a daily basis. But I said, you know what, let me fall back for a minute. Let me fall back and see what everybody else talking about. Cause I don't know. Sometimes I feel like people watching me. So I said, let me watch somebody else this time. Tribe up, salute. Hey, salute to everybody in the house. Monog in the house. Maxine Cross in the house. Feather Dragon in the house. Tribe up, tribe up. Hey, we tribing up. Everybody get into it. Yeah, land strictly for my Nagas, you know what I'm saying? Stronghold of the Naga, the land of the pearls, Naga. And we about to talk about it. We about to get into it. Y'all see the title of the show. Y'all saw the thumbnail. America's original people, my Naga. And I was about to do this show yesterday, but when computer started acting janky, I had to delete some files. My computer getting all backed up, and I had some other stuff going on too, so I had to take care of that. The football game was going on, you know what I'm saying? The Jaguar got the ass whooped. I was about to go to the game. My bro, one general, had a spare ticket. He hit me up. I was like, man, I got too much stuff to do though. I was around the house busy in the mall yesterday, but I got a lot of stuff done, so I'm back to do a show. Like I say, I've been sitting back quietly observing. I sit back like a cat in the hat and just read, my nigga. Like 21 Savage say, I'm sitting back watching everybody else. I feel like people watching me, so I say, let me watch what everybody else doing, and let me see if they even making any noise. Salute, tribe up. Let me turn the music down. Speaking of making noise, I got the music all loud. Y'all know it's been a couple days since I've been on. Let me rock it down a little bit so make sure everybody can hear me. Y'all already say I'm country. They say, somebody told me today, man, I don't understand what you be saying. I say, well, slow your ass down and listen in, knocker. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Tribe up, Wale in the house. If you can't understand me, I don't know what to tell you, my nigga. I don't know what to tell you. Somebody told me that though. Say, I don't understand what you be saying, man. The way you talk, man. I don't understand. I said, you don't understand what's coming out of my mouth? An Albanian dude told me that he don't understand what I've been saying. I said, I bet you understand something. Hey, tribe boy, we on a good show tonight. We on a good vibe. We on a good spiritual lifting, a good frequency. We talking America's original people. Y'all know we talking about us. And I know y'all saw the thumbnail. Salute to all the members also, tribe, but the members been tribing up with me, and the membership getting deep. We got a couple members only live stream coming up in the next couple of days. We got a few members only live streams finna be popping off. So y'all, if you ain't got that membership, you want to get it, cause we got some good information we gonna talk about, and you don't want to miss that. But right now we talking about America's original people. Y'all look, we looking at the thumbnail from a third eye point of view. Y'all know how we do over here, feathers up, straight up, the Naga. The Naga is blinged up, and he's rocking the mic. He got his tank top on. Blackjack rocking the tank top today. My Naga got the tank top on too. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, that's the camera. I keep forgetting that camera jacked up. Let me see if I can straighten this one out too. Blackjack got all the cameras jacked up, y'all. I've been liking. I've been so busy, I just been knocking stuff over in the studio. I was in here doing some other stuff, straightening some stuff out, trying to get some stuff straight. Man, that might be a janky view too. Let me see if I can get a better view. I might just go back to the other camera, man. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know, man. I go back to this other camera. But yeah, we talking you know, America. You know, the original people of America, America's original people. And we were looking at that thumbnail from a third eye point of view. The Naga rocking the mic. He got his tank top on. He blinked up. And I know everybody wondering, man, who the hell is this Naga? I just let it marinate over the last 24 hours, like I said, I was gonna do the show yesterday, but I changed my mind. I had a lot going on. I had to cancel the show. But I said I just let the thumbnail marinate, let a knocker think about this for a minute. Then I'ma fall back because I told y'all I've been sitting back observing. I said, let me see what everybody else gonna do. Cause Nagas lately been making the show like right after my show or right after I post a picture, and they be using the picture. So I just said, let me throw this picture out. Let me set some bait out there. Let me set a mouse trap. Salute. I said, let me see. I'm gonna give it 24 hours. Let me see if a Naga gonna use this thumbnail. I put my little watermark on it. But this guy on this thumbnail, he's an artist, and he definitely knows who he is. And he's an artist. I'm gonna tell y'all, I ain't even about to disclose the whole source. I'm finna act funny today. I ain't gonna disclose this source right now because it's something else I want to disclose about this source that I'm gonna do a whole nother show on. But I'm gonna tell y'all this. This brother here, he's from the Caribbean islands. You know, they would call him a Carib. You know, they say Carib mean cannibal. That's what they said. Carib meant cannibal when you translate it, right? They would say he a Carib. They say he's from the islands. Like, we ain't gonna talk about what island yet, but they would call him a Carib, or they would call him a West Indian even. Salute. So we gonna get into who this guy is, but we see it's clearly the stronghold of the Naga. He got his feathers up. That's all we need to know. And he's surrounded by darkness. And you know, I kind of liked this picture when I seen it. Like I said, this guy's an artist. He's a performer. He knows who he is. He was doing this thing. He was tried up. His feathers up. And we're going to talk about, on another live stream, we're going to talk about exactly who he is and the name of his song, too. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get into all that. But I'm going to hold that back. I'm going to let this one marinate. I'm going to see if a Naga going to drop my style and then go on and say, you know what? Let me go on and get Blackjack on there. Let me see. I'm going to see what happened. Quiet Storm, Sean in the house. Tribe up. Salute. Hey. So we saw that thumbnail. We saw what it is. Now, do we even need a source? I mean, do we even need a source when it comes? Come on, y'all. I mean, don't we know who he is by now? Let me blow this Naga up a little more. Do we even need the source? We know this Naga nappy headed. We know his hair is not straight. There's nothing like that. We know this is one of our guys. You know what I'm saying? It's one of our brethren. You know what I'm saying? He got his feathers up. Look at him, man. You know what I'm saying? They would call him a bone savage, right? Brother definitely knows who he is. Like I said, they would call this brother Carib or West Indian. He's from the island. Nappy-headed Naga. That's all I'm disclosing. I ain't disclosing nothing else on this right now. I'm holding this down because I've been doing my homework. I not only been sit back and watching, trying to observe, like what the ops been doing. Nah, not the ops. They not the ops. I'm just playing, talking to ops. The colonizer, my ops. I ain't got no ops that look like me for real. I don't know though. You know what I'm saying? But I've been sitting back watching the other people that be making content, seeing what they gonna do, you know what I'm saying? Let me just be absent for a little while. Let me see what happened when I'm gone. And you know, it been a lot of empty wagons making a lot of noise when they ain't really doing that. So I said, let me come on back. I've been doing my research the whole time. I've been sitting back watching, but I've been still doing my research. Ain't nothing stopped with my research. I still been doing me. I just ain't been saying nothing. But I thought about it, say tonight, let me go and holler at the tribe. Let me go and let them know I'm alright. You know what I'm saying? Salute tribe up. I hope everybody alright. I hope your mom alright. I hope your family alright. Hope everybody feeling good and healthy. But we're going to get into this. America's original people. Now, I had some sources that I was going to use the other night, right? Last night when I was going to do this show. But like I said, I got backed up on other shit I had to do first. And then today, I finished my work kind of late. So I ain't get to come in and normally prep. Y'all don't know, I normally prep my show like anywhere from 2 hours to an hour before I actually do the show. Like if I set a show at 8 o'clock, I done been in there prepping since by at least 6:30, 7 o'clock. So like I just hopped on the computer like literally 15 minutes ago before the show started. So I ain't even had time to prep the show. But I already know my work, you know what I'm saying? I know it like the back of my hand, so it's nothing. So, but we gonna freestyle this one tonight. We gonna freestyle this one, y'all. But let's start off. I wanna go to something. Hold on, let me shrink this back down. Let me shrink it back down. I wanna go to my community post. on my home page real quick, because it got some of the stuff I posted in there got everything to do with what we about to talk about. America's original people. Y'all know we talking about us, right? Let me get my little egg glass off. Let me let that get this little egg glass off the screen. Alright. That should be enough room. So I posted these community posts. And I put this on. Y'all seen this quote before, but y'all might not understand. I still got too much picture in the way. Let me shrink this down a little more so we can really see. Matter of fact, I need to bring it to the bottom. And y'all can tell I'm freestyling. Y'all know your boy be more prepped than this. When we freestyling tonight, it's just good. It's just good to show up and talk to y'all. Salute, tribe buck with me. Salute. Like I say, you want to get that membership. We switching up our style. We doing stuff a little different. Niggas been jocking us, watching us, trying to be us. So we gonna move a little different over here. You know what I'm saying? That let me know I've been doing the same thing too long. When niggas can try to mimic my style, that let me know Blackjack is time to switch it up. So I posted this picture in the community post. It's two pictures in one. I got the picture in the background, Stronghold of the Knockers. And then in the foreground, I got another pic just so you can connect some dots, my nigga. And then I got underneath that some literature, my nigga. Let's connect these dots on this community post because it got everything to do with what we talking about tonight, America's original people. And we're going to dig into this. First off, I think we should take a good notice at the picture in the background of how they dress. My man has on a traditional loincloth. Him and the brother next to him, they both are wearing loincloths. This guy here, he's like he's been assimilated. He got on a Freddy Krueger sweater. Salute. Freddy Krueger. The guy that might assimilate, but he's clearly a nappy-headed nigga. I don't see any straight hair. I see nappy. I see some BDBs, my nigga. I see Bone Savage BDBs all over the place, and this brother might have on some pearls. I can't really tell. And we have a sister over here to the left. And we have a baby Naga right there, but he had to get sacrificed on this pic because I had to post another pic. I was trying to fit the pic without covering anybody, but I had to put the pic right there. The baby Naga got covered, but that's all right. We're gonna talk about it. So we stroll down and we look at the picture in the bottom left hand corner. A bronze flat power guard in the house, tribe up. And we see the same thing. We see some nappy-headed noggers with the same kind of loincloth on. See, y'all, I told y'all I don't miss nothing. And I put it together to connect the dots to make sure you see what I see. I should have put some arrows on it to point to it. But we see this, and we see this. This might be the same man. I don't know. He got the same haircut. So let's see. Well, we know we're talking the same people. We know we're talking about American Noggers. We know we're talking about Indios, American Indians, indigenous Americans, the real Americans, right? America's original people when we look at these pictures. So we're going to blow it up a tad bit more. Let's blow it up a tad bit more. My Nogga, hold on. Let me see. Can I blow it up a tad bit more? Is that my limit? I know that ain't my limit. All right, that ain't my limit. I got other options. Let me blow it up on this side then. Let me blow it up in the southwest since Google don't want to let me blow it up no more. Let's look at the other people. That's why I want to blow it up some more. We see the Naga with the loincloth on, but look at these other people. Do y'all see what I see? See another Naga in the loincloth, and if I ain't mistaken, that Naga has a bow. I see a Naga here with a head wrap on, some kind of necklace. Let me blow it up. Let me see if I can blow it up some more. It's hard to see it. I was looking at it on my phone. I see somebody strapped right there, shotgun look like. But this Naga here bent over. It looks like he's holding his bow, if I ain't mistaken. It's hard to tell, but that's what it looks like to me from where I'm sitting. I have to look at it a little closer. And you see we got a white guy over here as usual. You know what I'm saying? But let's read what the inscription. Now the inscription I put right here, just to connect some dots even further, my Naga. Because people see these Nagas, and the first thing they want to say, where are we, in Africa? No, my Naga, these pictures are not from Africa. Neither one of these pictures are in Africa. Both of these pictures are in the southern part of America, South America, my Naga. in the islands in what they would call West Indies, the West Indies, my nigga. And if you look closer at the inscription I got down here, this come from a book. I ain't even about to disclose the book right now. We talked about it on live streams before, and on live streams there's in the members only live. So hey, if you want to go back and look, you got to get the membership. But we done talked about where this quote come from that I'm finna read, that I got highlighted. It said, Chateaubriand and Fenimore Cooper, Tocqueville, noticed that the Redskins he met in flesh and blood, and no longer in paper. He said he met the Redskins in flesh and blood. He said he ain't meet them on paper no more. He ain't just wasn't reading about them no more. He said he went over to America and he met the Redskins in person. Hey, salute my nigga JJ in the house. Try but my nigga JJ. Try but hey Terrence Grant in the house. Salute. Try but Terrence Grant. Try but my nigga JJ. 2 shots for my nigga JJ with a $10 donation, man. I appreciate you, fam. Salute. That's real. That's major. El Noble Khan in the house. Try but Monaga. Hey, Terrence Grant. Hey, let me give Terrence Grant a wrench, man. Try Terrence Grant. Try him up with us. He said he met him in flesh. He said he met him in person, man. He said he ain't hear what the other colonizers were saying in line no more. He said he saw it for himself. He saw it with his own 2 eyes, in flesh and blood, and not just on paper, not just in the colonizer newspaper in Europe. He said he wasn't hearing them lies no more. The Jesuits, the Jews. He said he not hearing none of them lies. He said he saw him with his own 2 eyes from a third eye point of view, not a bird eye point of view. He said he saw these Redskins. He said they did not really have red skin. Tasco, the CEO in the house, tribe up. Tocqueville said he noticed the Redskins didn't really have red skin, and that it really looked like he said they did not have red skin, and it really looked like they was Negroes. Gold Negus, the Grand Negus, my nigga. They say, Tocqueville say, man, these ain't no Redskins. He say, this the Negus over here. What the hell? Hey, Terrence Grant, respect, my nigga, salute. Tocqueville said, he said, these ain't no Redskins. He said, that fake Washington Redskin jersey. He said, that fake Florida Seminole jersey. He said, that fake, he said, all that's fake. He said, that is not real. He said they did not really have red skin. He said they was blackety black. He called them Negroes. He said they did not come from Africa. He said today they are lying. And he said one feels, one knows, one guesses that this is not a compliment. He said they was Negroes and that is not a compliment. Well, if that ain't a compliment, what is? You mean tell me Tocqueville said that they was not red? He said there wasn't no such thing as a red man. He said he never seen that. He said they was all Negroes. That's what Tocqueville said. And he said that is not a compliment. He said I'm not bragging about it. Tocqueville said shit, I wish I ain't have to. Tocqueville said I wish it wasn't like this. He said this is not a compliment. He said this is the insult. Tocqueville said I wish I had. He said Tocqueville said I wish they was red. Your $5 ass down before I make change. This was the colonizer wrote. For one of them. So we know who we talking about when I relate these pictures to it, right? And we're gonna dig into where these pictures come from. I'm gonna show y'all where these pictures come from. I'm gonna slow it down. Let's scroll down through the community tab some more. We see y'all see the thumbnail. You know what I'm saying? We see the thumbnail. Alright, we see look, oh what a coinky dink. There's that loincloth again, my nigga. You got your third eye open, my nigga? I hope everybody got their third eye open. He got on the same outfit. I could have put his picture with that. I could have threw him in there too, just to connect some dots. I could have threw him in there with him right alongside him. Matter of fact, I think I did. I just ain't post one. His brethren right here, same culture, Managa. Brethren, Managa. They are not Africans, Managa. Oh, these real Indians. A lot of people say, that's another thing too. A lot of people say, how come ain't no, if the Indians was black, how come it ain't no pictures? Bullshit, it is pictures of them. They lying to you about who they is, and you have to have your third eye open to understand what you're looking at. And that's how we is over here. Everybody over here got their third eye open. We done studied long and hard. We know exactly what we looking at when we see these things. We know exactly what we looking at. Let me click on the pic, though, blow the whole pic up. See my man. He holding. What he holding? I don't even know what this is he's holding. I never seen a $5 pretending holding something like that. Never. Oh, and you don't think you thinking, well, blackjack I can't hardly see. Oh, you don't think this a nappy headed noggle? Oh, well, let's blow it up some more, make sure you can see. This might be your Uncle Stanley out there working on cars. That noggle change your oil with a he'll take his belt off and change your oil with his belt. I ain't never seen a noggle pull the oil filter off with his belt. Uncle Stanley. Hey, Marcus locking in the house, tribe up. Hey, so we see the noggle, nappy headed noggle. Noggle got the same little cookie bush, Bone Savage looking ass noggle. Old darkness looking ass noggle. Let's roast Uncle. Let's roast Uncle. Let's roll. Oh man, hold on. That my aunt calling me. That my aunt calling me for real right now. I gotta call you back, Aunt. Let me hit Aunt back. Aunt calling me while I'm live. He must don't know I'm live. Hey, Noble Khan said that's a boat powder. That's what I was thinking too, Managa. But I ain't know for sure because they ain't saying in the source. They ain't tell me what it was, so I ain't go to speaking on it. I was like, it looked like a boat powder to me. It's because we invented the fishing rod and everything. Opachutli invented the fishing rod. Our Uncle Opachutli. So I look at this stuff and I examine. I say, you know what? Then I might go to Africa. And I might see. Let me see if anybody in Africa dressed like this got these kind of materials, and I never find it. Especially then, I've been so lately with my research. I've been using colonizer lies against them. Like when I research and find people like Unc right here, like Uncle Sammy right here, I see where he came from. They gonna tell me he a maroon or something, right? They gonna try to say he a maroon. So they'll try to say he a maroon's ancestors was escaped slaves from Africa and ran to the mountains of the jungle or something. They gonna tell you some old goofy story like that, right? And he's the whole time though he tried up in his ancestral God, and they think you supposed to believe this shit. But I've been looking, so they'll tell me he a maroon. They'll say he a maroon. So I started reading more. I said, well, yeah, he a maroon from Africa. Well, yeah, okay, what part of Africa? They'll say West Africa or Central Africa. I said, okay, now you done painted yourself in the corner, you dumb colonizer Wikipedia. You gonna tell me he a maroon from Central Africa. Then I go in Central Africa and I pull up pictures from the warriors and the African tribes in Central Africa, and nobody looks like him. So as soon as you try to say a part of Africa where he came from, I'm on your ass. I'm on your ass. Please tell me he came from West Africa somewhere stupid so I can point you out. So I can show you the difference in the culture. So that's how I'm rocking on the colonizer right now, y'all. I'm waiting on them to lie to me. I'm sitting back quietly observing, reading their stories and their lies, and I'm using them against them. Hey, so we gonna get into more of this. Like I say, ambush president, how Managa ambush president, 2 shots, ambush president pulled up. 2 shots, ambush president, Managa. Tribe up, Managa. They gonna tell us the Naga maroon, and we gonna get into maroon. We're gonna get into maroon. We're gonna get into maroon, Cimarron. We're gonna get into the Samara Managa. Have you ever heard of the Samara Managa? Hit me in the chat and let me know if you ever heard of the Samara Managa. Cause we're gonna go to the origin of all this stuff tonight, Managa. Cause we talking about the original cons, Managa, the original Americans, Managa, and we freestyling. We ain't even got the sources on deck. We gonna just pull up what we know. Tribe up, salute. Hey, JJ say, why we get ads during the live? Man, YouTube be rocking out like that. When you monetize it, when you monetize these videos, sometimes they'll do that. They'll put them on mid live. But some people don't get the ads. So it depends on like Like ambush predator. And see, both of y'all members, ambush. But like JJ, if you get in the ad during the live, just skip it. Just skip it, my nigga. They just, you know, I'm rocking with YouTube. Whatever they doing, they kind of got me in the jam. They ain't rocking with me like they might do other content creators. They doing what they do. But we gonna stay on track. We gonna stay on track. We gonna stay on track. So we see the Naga in this loincloth. They gonna call the Naga a maroon, right? They gonna say this Naga is a maroon. But do we even understand what the term maroon mean? This is another thing I need to get into. Cause my Naga JJ was hitting me up earlier. My Naga JJ was just hitting me up earlier, and he was telling me about a video. And I checked the video out, and they was talking maroons. A lot of people been talking maroons lately, and that's another thing why I've been sitting back quietly observing and watching other people. I said I'm finna switch my strategy up, and what I'm gonna do, instead of waiting on everybody to talk about what I'm talking about, I'm gonna wait on them, and I'm gonna talk about what they talking about. Salute. I said I'm gonna hit them with the Uno reverse. I said I'm gonna see what these knockers talking about. I said okay, we talking maroons. I said okay, I'm gonna come back and elaborate on maroons. So my Naga J, they hit me up with a video. They had a chief on there. He was talking maroons and stuff. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna touch on that tonight. And I heard some other people talking maroons in the West Indies. I said, okay, let's talk about it then. I'ma elaborate. So let's go. I don't wanna drag it all out, cause what I gotta show y'all is gonna change your mind. And I just asked a question. I say, anybody know what the Samara is? Man, hit me up if you ever heard of the Samara tribe. Managa Samara. I'm gonna tell you now, the Samara is a tribe, Managa. Have you ever heard of the Samara? If you ever heard of Samara, let me know in the chat. If you ain't heard, it's all good. We're gonna talk about it anyway. Salute, tribe book. So I'm gonna stroll down to another pick. Let me back out this one. Cause I've been dropping some, even though I ain't been dropping lives in the last couple of days. Like I said, I've been sitting back watching. I've been dropping pics in the community with my watermark on it, so a Naga try to steal it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, at least they know where he got it from. You know what I'm saying? I dropped this one. A lot of people like this pic. In fact, I'm putting this on the poster just like it is with my watermark on it. Salute, tribe up. I probably put it on the T-shirt with the House of Cons cross it like that too, tribe. But I might darken up the watermark so it kind of cover the sister's breast. I might raise the watermark some where it covers their breast better, and I might put that on the T-shirt, because I think that's a good look. I'm definitely putting it on the poster, hang that on my wall, because I need to look at these inspiring images. These images inspire me. I hope they inspire y'all. That's why I post them. I post them for y'all. I do all this stuff for y'all, man. I try to keep it on y'all mind, like it stay on my mind. And I try to have a constant reminder that you're not from Africa. Like every time I get up in the morning, I know who I am just because of what I know. But not only that, I look up and I see it on my wall every damn day. And even people that come around me, they know, even like my friends and people, even some people that I know that think they from Africa. They know not to come around here challenging me, you know what I'm saying? When they see everything on my walls, it's all over the place, you know what I'm saying? So they see these images and they say, man, I'm not even finna start with Blackjack today. And I appreciate that, you know what I'm saying? But this is how I rock though. I dropped these images, I got my watermark on it because I was sitting back quietly observing. I said, let me see if a Naga gonna steal it and use it in this show. And I don't know, I'm quite sure he is. But I know he's waiting on me to show where I got it from. That's the funny thing. You see, that's the thing. When you the one with the ball, everybody chasing you. When you the quarterback, everybody waiting on you to throw. Hey, salute to Enoch 0407 in the house, tribe up. Hey, Naga back here, Blackjack back here. Blackjack back here like the quarterback. Got the football. Pump faking that bitch. Naga's waiting on the sources and shit, you know what I'm saying? Hey, well, we gonna talk about it. And like I say, I was on the fence whether I wanted to disclose this source tonight, because this is a heavy hitter right here. I might not disclose this source yet, because I might do a whole live on this source by itself. Well, you best believe these is cons. These are real American Indians, Managa, indigenous peoples You ain't gotta believe me. You ain't gotta believe me, but I don't lie to you. I ain't never lied to you. If I tell you it's a con, it's a con. But like I say, I might hold this source back too. I don't know. I'll wait till the show go on a little bit further. Everybody like this picture. This picture got 67 likes. But I got these sources and I want to talk about it. They would call these girls maroons. They would call these sisters maroons. They would say, yeah, they maroons. They escaped slavery. They say, Task Force CEO say, have you ever in a video on the Americans? Nah, I ain't done anything on the Americans. I might have to check that out, Task Force. I might have to check that out tonight. The Americans, huh? I'll check it out. That's something new. Task Force taught me something new. I'm gonna go check it out. The Americans. Salute tribe, but y'all, we gotta check that out. But okay, so all I'm gonna give everybody on this one, cause I know we got some people in the background creeping and they watching, they lurking. Hey, y'all remember? Hey, y'all remember them on neighborhood watch signs that be in the neighborhood where they show the bad guy with the hat on and shit? That's how Nogga's in the background. Waiting on the Nogga to drop a source and shit, you know what I'm saying? Run back and be like, yeah, man, see, check this out, man. See, I got receipts. You know what I'm saying? Noggas be doing that kind of shit. But yeah, these real cons, look how they dress. You can tell they're not Africans. Look, when have you seen any African women, first off, with these skirts like this, with their loincloths like this? Look at this sister's here though. I wonder what those symbols mean. I've been trying to find and study and find out what those symbols exactly means. Those are some nicely stitched garments, my nigga. She has on bangles, you know what I'm saying? And I click on the whole pic, show them head to toe. They got bangles on their legs. The sisters are barefooted. Clearly indigenous people, clearly didn't come on the slave ship. Cause we gotta think about the slave ship. They would try to call them maroons, or they would try to call them descendants of slaves. Well, we gotta think about all that. Cause we know from the images of the slave ships, they was all naked. Didn't they take if we go by their narrative, which we know is a lie, if we go by the out of Africa narrative, we know they loaded them on the ship naked. From all the pictures I saw, they said you African niggas, forget y'all old African clothes and y'all tribal gear, leave those spears and all that down there, get on this, strip it down, get on there butt naked, smack them on the booty, get on the boat butt naked. We don't care if it's the middle of December and it's 30 below freezing. You going across the whole ocean on a 10-week trip for 2.5 months to the new world in the freezing cold, butt naked, packed on the ship. Let's not forget they story, right? So they would not be in America dressed in tribal gear if they came from Africa. Nah, they would be in croaker sacks or something like any other slave depictions which they give us. Like, we gonna use their lives against them. We pull up a slave. Even though we know the world had all kind of slaves, the first thing they gonna show us is supposed to be one of us, supposed to be one of our ancestors, right? The first thing they gonna show us, soon we type slave, they don't show us white slave, they don't show us slaves from other places. They want to show us a Naga, and they want to say you from Africa. As soon as you type that in, right? So when we think about these things and we look at these pictures, are any of these slaves we see now in their tribal gear, right? These so-called slaves. And if we do see him in the loincloth, we know he's just an American like these right here. We know these Americans getting loaded on the ship, not getting brought to America, getting taken from America. And look, they got on pants right here. Is that person naked? I can't tell. Like, he got on pants. They got on loincloths, right? But nothing like what we see here, right? So this is in America. This is indigenous. This is not coming from somewhere else. Coming from somewhere else by their narrative should be dressed similar to this, even though we know this is American Indian garb too. We know this. Well, let's look at some more. Because they always gonna show them almost naked or either in the loincloth, but it's not gonna be like the tribe butt style loincloth, or they gonna show them in croaker sacks, right? Even this, what this is, transatlantic. What's this? Look at this, transatlantic. Let's see. Look at this. This just looks goofy. This looks fake. It looks goofy. It looks staged and all. Look how they dress. That don't look nothing like what we was just looking at on the men or the women. This is a whole different thing here. Look at here. I'm just pointing some stuff out. Now they say Nation Records and they claim this Ghana. This could be Ghana, but this ain't us though. This the point I'm trying to make. This is not us. Look how they dress. Look at this. Look at their faces too. Look at their head shape. This is clearly not us. Look at the garb. That is nothing like what the women got on, nor nothing like what the men got on, what we just looked at a minute ago. Nothing like this. You know, when I see these guys here, instantly, boom. When I see that, instantly, without even me have to think about it, the same thing. That is nothing like this. Hold on, where I was at. Oh, over here. That is nothing like this. I'm not dumb. I'm not blind. Hey, salute 203 Low Gang in the house. You can't just really run something past me real fast. Say, no, hold up. We got time. Slow down. Hold your horses. And I'm going to really look. And you ain't going to fool me talking about, oh, they black like you, they nappy-headed. Man, get out of here. It's black nappy-headed people on every part of the earth. You can't just try to say that that's us. These pictures. Look at this. All right, let's look at their claws. These don't look like our people, man. Look at their body shapes and stuff, man. I look at all that, man. We got distinct body shapes. We got distinctive body shapes and all. That's inherited, my nigga. Look at that. Look how they dress. Nobody on here look anything like what we just looked at them tribal sisters. Let's look at some more. Let's look at this one. Skirt, little baby there. That's the closest thing, right? Go to the sisters. But it ain't as... See, when you look at the details, the patterns, it still ain't the same. It still ain't the same. So all this fictitious stuff, my nigga, and you gotta understand. If you supposed to be looking at an African, it should relate to what we seeing here. They got on croaker sacks and shit, butt naked, right? No tribe, but yeah. So if they from Africa getting on the ship butt naked, winter, spring, fall, going across the ocean for 10 weeks. Nobody should be dressed like this. Salute. When the slave got time to stitch up a nice skirt like this, a so-called slave from Africa, what they did it on the boat on the way over here? When they had time to make their necklaces. Damn slaves, these free people. When they had time to fashion their bangles. When they had time to do the metal work to make bangles that fit perfectly. And I'm sure they come on and off. They probably have some kind of mechanism to take them on and off. Clearly not Africans. There's nowhere in hell it don't add up. Nowhere it's impossible. It doesn't add up. It don't add up in the record or anything. Doesn't add up. Oh, this is like a tobacco ad. This is like the same people that make the tobacco ads. These knockers going to the ship, not coming. That's another thing I be looking at. Is they getting on the ship, or is they getting off the ship? See, he pointing at the ship. He like, y'all finna get out of America. United States slave trade, 1830. All right. So we talking about America's original people, my nigga. We talking about the real people that got enslaved. Let's not forget America's original people. And we looking at some of these images now. I want to bring something else down. I want to talk about this maroon stuff, because you know that's a cover up. The word maroon. I'm gonna tell y'all this real quick. Let me blow this up. Hold on. Oops. Wrong screen. Hold on. Let me blow it up. The word maroon has become. This is how I say it. Notice how I said that. The word maroon has become code word for indigenous American. See, they ain't calling them $5 fakers maroons. They ain't calling no fake red man maroon. They calling the real Indians maroons. So that's code word. So you use a word spells against them. Oh, you call us a maroon? Okay, that's another code word for indigenous American. They ain't calling no real Africans maroons. And I'm gonna prove it. And like a lot of people confused by what maroon mean. And I know we done heard different people say different stuff. And some people, you know, nothing against them. They mean well. They just doing their best of what they know. But did they go to the origin? Did they go to the beginning? Because when we look at the word maroon, you know, they call the Nagas maroon. They call the indigenous Americans maroon. They call the Indios maroons. They call the Indians maroons, right? So do you know what maroon mean? Let's look at it. Let's start there. Let's start with the word maroon. Let's look there. We're gonna walk it backwards, and I'm gonna show y'all something. Because I know a lot of people gonna say, yeah, maroon come from Cimarron. They're gonna say it mean wild Indian. I know a lot of people gonna say that, right? But do they really understand, right? Or do they just got half the information? Salute, tribe up. Let's look at maroon. Let me shrink it back down. I'm gonna show y'all something. Y'all, have you ever heard of somebody being marooned on the island? Right, somebody being stranded, left, right? If we look at the word maroon and the meaning of the word, because we finna connect the dots on what all this calling the Naga maroon mean, and how we proving how they not slaves from Africa, and there ain't nobody bringing them nowhere. They were found where they were. All these Nagas was found in the Caribbean. All these Nagas was found in Florida. All these Nagas was found in Georgia. All these Nagas was found in Haiti. All these Nagas was found in South America. Nobody brought them there. They called, and I'm gonna show you why. Now in 2023, they gonna call these Nagas maroon, and they gonna tell you maroon mean this. But is that what it meant when the term was actually being used? That's what you gotta ask yourself. Are terms that are used now, do they mean the same thing they meant at the time when they were being used? And a lot of times you'll find the answer is no. So marooning is the international act of abandoning someone in an uninhabited area. Keyword. Let's read that highlighted thing. Marooning is the intentional act of abandoning someone in an uninhabited area. Say you out here on the ship, you the captain, and this could turn against the captain too. If the crew felt like marooning the captain, you know what I'm saying, you ain't getting along with everybody, or somebody ain't getting along with everybody, and everybody on the ship or the captain on the ship, somebody decide, man, we finna leave him for death. Get off the ship and leave his ass on the island. Right? That's what they mean by marooning. That is the origin of the word marooning. To leave somebody in a so-called uninhabited place. They leave them for dead, right? They might leave them on the sandbar out there in the ocean at low tide. Leave them out there on the sandbar stranded. Boy, that tide come in, you were gone. you were gone for real. So that's what marooning meant. You know what I'm saying? Like pirate. That's pirate type shit. People on the out there on the seas. Kyle in the house, tribe up, salute, members pulling up. There's a Naga Charge in the house, salute. Hey, salute. Hey, Buzz, hey, Ambush President say Buzz Bunny used to say that in the old cartoons, yep. What a maroon, yep. So they'll maroon you, you know what I'm saying? You get on the captain bad side, he'll say, walk the deck, leave him on the sandbar, right? Strand you get marooned on the island or something, on the so-called uninhabited. But I'm gonna show you how they relating that to us. Because when they found you on these islands, when they found you in these places that they claimed was uninhabited, that's how they explained you being there. They said you must have got marooned. Maroon didn't originally mean no escaped slave, Cimarron, wild Indian. That is a lie. That is an ancient lie. Maroon means somebody stranded in a so-called uninhabited area, and they found you indigenous Nagas on these islands, and they called you maroons for that reason. They claimed the island was uninhabited, and they want to claim you have no ownership to the island. They want to claim you got left there. Not a Cimarron, my Naga. We're going to talk about Cimarron. Just hold your horses. We're going to relate all of that. And we're talking proper history over here. We're going to connect dots. I know we all make mistakes, and we just trying to do better. And that's what we here for. Salute, tribe up. So they would call them maroons, right? But we never really understood what maroon meant, right? And we're going to see it one more time. The intentional act of abandoning someone in an uninhabited area. So they find you Nagas in a so-called uninhabited area that they want to claim for themselves. They call you a maroon, such as a desert island, or more generally, usually in passive voice, to be maroon is to be in a place from which one cannot escape. All right. So let's look at some more. So we see what it means to be maroon. We see the definitions. So let's click on Wikipedia for a minute. because I wanted to show y'all something else about hold on, let me type this different. Let me just type maroon definition, because I want to give the other definition too. Here we go. So the first one, now when we type in maroon and we just let it do what it do, it showed us right away. It went right to where it come from. Now we put in maroon definition. Peep this. It's on Google Dictionary. It says maroon, to leave someone trapped and isolated in an inaccessible place, especially in island. They always call them the Nagas maroons on the islands. In Haiti, they call them maroon. In Jamaica, they call them a maroon. Out maroon this, maroon that, right? On the island, right? Now it says see more. Look, let's click on see more. Origin, look, late 17th century, late 1600s, maroon, lost in the wilds. Originally in the form lost in the late 17th century, late 1600s, inaccessible place, desert island, like America, inaccessible to Europeans at one point. Now look, hold on, wait a minute, where's the other one? It should be another one right behind it. Hold on, I gotta click on it. Hold on, where's see more? All right, see more. All right, so marooned, abandoned, right? All right, what is the French word for maroon? All right, let me just take the ed off of it. Hold on, nah, I do have to hold on. I do have to put the ed back on. Now I pull it right up in my phone for some reason. It pull up the first one. What is the French word for maroon? Bordeaux, hold on. Burgundy is maroon. Maroon in French. Translated maroon. Be maroon. Hold on, now I got it right in my phone. Let me pull this page up on my phone and just put it over on here, where it show both. It show both on one page. It show what they try to call us as maroons, and then it show the ancient definition what to be marooned is. All right. So let me just do it like this. Let me just take out maroon. Wait, I ain't type translate English to French. Let me just put maroons. All right, boom. Descendants of Africans in the Americas and islands. See, or the Indian Ocean. They go the island, right? Stranded on the island, Managa. They want to claim you a descendant of African. Let's look at it, right? Look, here we go. Bone Savage, right? Maroons are descendants of Africans in the Americas. So we clearly so look. Straight up, let's skip the fluff and the bullshit. Maroons are in the Americas. Maroons are in the Americas. Maroons are in the Americas. Where are maroons in the Americas? Forget the lie talking about descendants of Africans. That's the lie. Maroons are descendants of Africans, but they're in the Americas and islands on the Indian Ocean who escaped from slavery and formed their own settlements. They often mix with indigenous peoples. Last time I checked, they was the indigenous people. They ain't mixed with nobody, ain't bring them from nowhere. If they was escaped slaves, they was escaped indigenous slaves that you tried to conquer and colonize. Let's be honest. So we see the double meaning. We see the forked tongue. So we see the various similarities. Stranded on the island, right? They want to claim you for somewhere else. Now, a lot of people want to tell you, when you look up maroons, they want to tell you we come from Cimarron, right? Let's look at that for a minute, because I'm going to show y'all something. I'm going to relate something. Let's put maroons definition. Let's just pull up. Let me just go back. Why were people called maroons? The word maroon first recorded in English in 1666. Yeah, the 17th century. That match up. Is by varying accounts taken from the French word maron. They say, look, they say, now peep this. They say by varying accounts. Some accounts vary. Some people say otherwise, right? taken from French word maron, which translates to runaway black slave. But do maroon really come from maron? It don't went from maroon meaning on the uninhabited, supposed to be uninhabited island stranded, to now meaning runaway slave. How'd that happen? Peep game now. I'm just trying to point it out. Or the American Spanish cimarron. Here we go. Now they done told you maroon mean maron. They told you it means cimarron, which means wild runaway slave. So now they done told you maroon, which at first was somebody on a supposed to be uninhabited island in the Americas, and according to them they was black because they called them Africans. Number two, now they want to tell you it comes from the French word maron, which means runaway slave, or the American Spanish word cimarron, right? Which means wild runaway slave, the beast who cannot be tamed, or living on the mountaintops. Oh, what a coinky-dink. The mountaintops. Oh, we know about the mountaintop culture in the stronghold of the Naga. The Spanish originally used the word. Okay, so they want to say maroon come from cimarron and maron, but we know, we just read what maroon come from. Maroon came from not about no runaway slaves, not about no wild beast of a bone savage, none of that. Maroon meant to leave somebody stranded. Maroon, M-A-R-O-O-N, is different than M-A-R-R-O-N. Let's start right there, Sean. And maroon is definitely different from cimarron. C-I-M-A-R-R-O-N. So maron and cimarron are similar, but they're not quite like maroon, and we're gonna prove it. We know maroon means leave stranded. So let's dig into cimarron. Because I'm finna show y'all something. Man, matter of fact, I'm just finna cut the corners because I got something to do a little bit later, and I ain't gonna spend too much time tonight holding y'all up. I know what the word cimarron come from. Cimarron ain't got nothing to do with maroon. You know what cimarron come from? The word cimarron have its roots with indigenous Taino, my naga. From the Taino word Samara, my naga. Tribe up from the real Nagas. Stronghold of the Naga. Cimarron, Samara, Samaran. Taino vocabulary. When he met some native men, they said Taino, meaning we are good and noble. Right? Left an A off. No wonder my search got thrown off. Look, as soon as I type Taino word Samara, where they pull up? The Maroons of Jamaica. Taino word Samara, meaning arrow. Cimarron, Samara, meaning arrow, not no runaway slave, signifying the ongoing action or flight of an arrow. Let's get to it then. Salute tribe up, man. We tired of people just lying and people don't be knowing what they're talking about. They just be talking about stuff. And what a coinky-dink. There's our picture again. There's our guys. Now we're talking about indigenous peoples. We're talking about the Maroons of Jamaica and the rights of indigenous people, my naga. Not the rights of Africans, my naga. The rights of indigenous people, my naga. Get it right. And we on the so-called Black Agenda report if you want to know what the source is. You want some receipts, my naga? You want the receipts, my naga? There you go. The so-called Black Agenda report. The Maroons of Jamaica and their rights as indigenous people, not Africans, my naga. Indigenous people. Alright, so let's get it while we can see it. Hold on. Alright, let's stroll up. We see our guys on the pic. We see our guys. We see the brethren. Originally published in the Gleaner. In this edition of Reparation Conversations, a collaborative initiative between the Gleaner and the Center for Reparation Research, CRR, at the University of the West Indies. Malaga salute tribe up. We attempt to shed some light on the issue of the Maroons of Jamaica and their rights under the United States Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People. Son, cut to the chase. We ain't playing around. We cutting straight to the chase. We know the Samaran came from the Samara, my naga. All this lying, runaway slaves, maroon stuff. We know what maroon really means. Stop it. Indigenous people said to number between 350 to 500 million in up to 90 countries. The Naga all over the place, on every land, are defined as descendants of the first arrivals or earliest surviving occupants of the land. Not arriving, no, since creation, my Naga. Today they occupy perhaps as much as 22% of global land area and comprise some 5,000 distinct cultural groups, speaking 4,000 of the world's 7,000 languages. So if indigenous people are only 22% of the world, who the rest of the 78% supposed to be? Last time I checked, all Nagas is indigenous to somewhere. Last time I checked. And we ain't the minority, believe it or not. According to the World Directory of Minorities. Indigenous people. Man, this is crazy. The Maroons of Jamaica are indigenous peoples. We know, according to Blackjack and the World Directory of Minorities and Indigenous Peoples, the WDMIP is telling you that Maroons, not only of Jamaica, Maroons, period, are indigenous peoples, my Naga. They are telling you this. You don't have to believe that bullshit lie that they taught you at Martin Luther King Elementary School and all this shit. And Johnny E. Rutherford and all this old bullshit ass school. They're telling you lies. They ambush predators say they like to use code. They want to call you a moron. Next thing you know, they call you a moron. They cracking jokes. And they telling you a Cimarron and all this and that. Title. New title. But when we really look at the truth, it says the largest early single exodus of Africans away from slavery, they're not Africans, came when the British invaded Jamaica in 1655 and expelled the Spanish. These were not Africans. A large number of indigenous peoples escaped into the hills. We know when they go to the hills who it is, man. That ain't even African tribal fighting style. Please find me some information with some Nagas, some African Nagas going fighting in the hills. Please show me this. Because to me, it's distinctly American. And we got several stories to prove it. The same story. Hills and mountains. You know, like ancient Haiti, the land of the high mountains, right? Up in the Palenque, right? And linked up with indigenous They need to stop this, man. We is not linking up. They is the indigenous Taino. They did not go link up with the indigenous Taino. Y'all enslaved the indigenous Taino. They escaped and fled to the mountains and got back with their tribe. It's that simple. Stop overcomplicating it with lies and making it goofy. The indigenous Taino was enslaved and they escaped and fled to the mountains, my Naga. Tribe up. These people so goofy. They frustratingly goofy. Cause you have to slowly go through their lives. Cause they can't talk about it without bringing up the indigenous people. You can't talk about a Samaran without bringing up. You can't talk about a Samara. You can't talk about a Maroon without bringing up the indigenous people. Talking about link with the Taino. They is a Taino, thereby laying the foundation for the formation of the Maroon settlement. They tell you the 4-ton lie. They got truth right in there. They say the Taino form. They said they just skipped the lie. The indigenous Taino laid the foundations of the Maroon settlements. My Naga, it's right there with lies mixed in it. You know, somebody got that old nasty. Somebody brought that old Becky potatoes. Well, we don't want to eat the Becky potato salad. But when when Sister Flo potato salad ain't all that, you gotta pick out what you don't want in there. She got bell peppers all in the potato salad. You're like, man, bell peppers in the potato salad? I don't like bell peppers in my man. You gotta pick out the garbage, man, and eat what you want. It say, indeed, Maroon is said to derive from Cimarron. What? But where did Maroon derive from? Where they claim? We know Maroon. They said it is said. Indeed, Maroon is said. It's not proven. It was said. Someone said it derived from Cimarron itself, based on an Arawakan Taino word, Samara, meaning arrow, signifying the ongoing action of flight of an arrow. So Samara, Cimarron to Maroon got to do with the bow and arrow, Managa. and they want to tell you a runaway slave, you got marooned on the island. Gabriel Roach analogizes, but the main thing everybody ought to get out of all of this is that Cimarron, maroon, all comes from Samara, the ancient Taino word. If you don't get nothing else out of this, eat the meat and spit out the bones. It all comes from the ancient Taino. So they talking about you again. The Naga, the Negro, the Indian. Taino, whatever. Samara, yeah. Maroon, yeah, whatever. Africa, whatever. Ongoing flight action. Somebody tell you, call you a Cimarron, be like, yeah, okay. Yeah, I know. The ongoing flight up in Arrow, Monaga. They gonna look at you confused and looking goofy. You just look at them and don't even say nothing. Gabriel Rocha analogizes the Taino meaning of Samara to the intentionality of enslaved or colonized people extricating themselves from conditions of oppression. They freeing themselves from a Samara, the Samara tribe, freeing themselves from slavery, right? AJ, they say just to play on the word, right? Tribe, but they want to get you in a condition of inferiority. That's why they play on these words. They want to switch the lingo and have you feeling some type of way. Now you don't even want to be called a Samara. They're calling you a Cimarron when you was really the Samara. You was really the arrow in flight, Managa. Salute to the Samara, Managa. You was the arrow in flight, Managa. Tribe up. Hey, but I love just exposing their lies, Managa. I just love doing it because I know soon I be waiting on them to lie. And I say, all right, I'm gonna work with your lie and I'm gonna prove you lying. Look, the black Ladinos. You ever heard of that? What's a black Ladino? Hey, I got a lot of man. I got some stuff I ain't talked about, y'all. Like I say, I've been sitting back. I've been on that 21 Savage. I sit back and read like Cat in the Hat. I've been on that shit, watching these other niggas, seeing what they doing. They blowing wolf tickets. I've been holding my shit back. I got some new shit. I got some new names they been calling the Naga, man. Some racist ass names that I gotta show y'all. I don't even want to say it yet. I'm gonna wait on somebody to steal it. I'm gonna show y'all though. You know what I'm saying? I showed my Naga the other day this funny name that they be calling the Naga. I asked him, I said, Naga, you ever heard of this? My Naga Derek, suit my Naga Derek. That Naga supposed to help me do some work. That Naga bought on me. Hey man, had a project in the house, tried, but I said, Naga, you ever heard of this? He said, nah, man, I ain't never heard of it. I said, yeah, no, me neither. I said, I just heard of it myself. They say you was a Samaro, meaning arrow, signifying ongoing action. Let me continue. It say the enslaved or colonized extricating. They say Nagas, you Nagas extricated yourself from the conditions of oppression. You went to the mountains and whooped ass. You whooped that trick from the mountains. And they say the black Ladino and African Bozales, which we know is just Tainos, a branch of Tainos, right? Take out African. Take the word African out. Look, the Ladinos and Bozales, who labeled alongside the Taino in Spanish mines and on sugar plantation and collaborate. How come when they show you these Spanish mines and sugar plantations, how come everybody on there look black? So-called black, right? So the Ladinos, the Bozales, and the Tainos must have been on the plantation looking like darkness. All of them looked the same, like you. Who labeled Taino mines on sugar and collaborated with them seem to have adopted this understanding of the term Cimarron. Look at this. This here, it says they all seemed. They seemed. See, I be these words, man. When somebody sees, that's why you can't lie to somebody like me, man. When you talking about it seemed, like I'm like, man, you talking about seeing, you ain't seen that. You talking about something seemed. You don't know what you talking about. If you ain't talking facts, don't tell it to me. Talking about what seemed. That's hearsay. It seemed. They seem to have adopted this understanding of the term Samara, not Cimarron, Samara. Cimarron was the cracker term. The Nagas was saying Samara. The Taino and these Nagas, they were saying Samara. They was not saying Cimarron. And they talking about it seems. Look at this. They seem to have adopted this understanding. Man, these people goofy. Engendering a tradition A maroonage. Oh, it's tradition all of a sudden. Oh, what a coinky. Oh, it's all of a sudden tradition now. It seemed. Man, please, man. Maroonage then defined the existence and experience of indigenous people. Indigenous First Nations peoples. Wherever they were enslaved. Wherever. Even if they didn't know they was indigenous. You don't have to know you indigenous to make you indigenous. Naga, your ass indigenous whether you know it or not. You got a lot of parents. Dr. Umar is an indigenous man for the most part that I know, but he don't even know it. It don't matter if you throw on a dashiki and you move to Africa. Naga, you still indigenous to America. You can't change that. You can't change being an Indian by some damn paper. You can't become an Indian on paper, Naga. If you ain't born one, you ain't one. It don't matter where you live at. You can move to Mars. Your ass still a Samara, nigga. Goof ass Naga. Put on that dashiki, Naga. You still a Samara, Naga. You just looking goofy. You a goofy looking Samara now. Talking about Africans from Mondo. Hey, I ain't gonna read this whole one. This one long. We just freestyling. It ain't that long. We could read it, but they doing a lot of African hijack. We get the picture. It's something else I want to show y'all, man. I want to definitely show y'all that about the truth about this maroon stuff. On these so-called uninhabited islands calling Naga Samaran, and it's really Samara. It's really your Taino ancestors, the Samara, a branch of the Tainos, the Samara tribe, freeing themselves, extricating themselves from oppression, my Naga. All this old garbage ass lies, man. You gotta decide. You know, most of the work, the reading don't even be the work. That'd be the easy part. Reading, Naga be speed reading. Naga be speed reading like them men on the y'all remember them auction shows they used to be having on t-shirt. They be like, Negro Indians, dog, over 1099, 1099, 1199, 1199, 1299, 1299, Knock in the back, blackjack, salute, tribe up. I used to be watching them goof ass shows. I used to be just wanting to see how much somebody was gonna pay for some stupid shit, you know what I'm saying? I was a kid, man. But it was, let me see. I got one more thing I want to show y'all before we close this out. I gotta call my aunt back. He gonna be like, nah, you doing the show, ain't called me back. I call aunt back. Let me check it. It's in my phone. I was talking, oh yeah, my Naga, here you go. See, man, the stuff I find, I could do a whole nother live stream on this right here, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna just expose it right here, and I might just edit it, cut it out this video, and just make another video, a pre-recorded video. Well, let me show y'all something, man. So we talking maroons, we talking Samara, we talking so-called runaways. Let me show y'all something. We talking these indigenous Nagas, man. People be lying so much, man. It's just sad. It's sad how much people gotta lie. That they that desperate to lie to fool the Naga, right? To try to fool, and then it don't work. All these years, and it turn around and shit still ain't work. They thought they was scot free. They thought, yeah, America's ours now. We got the Nagas ready to go to Africa. They thought they was scot free. They thought they hadn't came up. That shit is backfiring for real. Show y'all some more while we talking about this shit, man. Alright, y'all ever heard of the Juka? Hit me up if you ever heard of the Juka, man. Hey. Hey, he say stop squinting at the screen. Hey, I got some glasses, fam, but I got reading glasses, but they not that cool, man. I gotta go get some more reading glasses. These here, I had these for quite some time. I wear them when I be reading for real, but like when I be in here in the studio, I can blow the screen up. But right, like I don't know why. You right, but I should have been squinting. I should have just blew the screen up. You know, forget the reading glasses. Just blow the screen up, goofy. You know what I'm saying? But let me blow my screen up. Y'all ever heard of the Juka? Who heard of the Juka, my Naga? See, this could be a whole nother live stream right now, my Naga. Look at that, I beating on the table. The camera get blurred. Let me start beating. I'm my monkey ass. Let me start gorilla ass Naga beating on the table. Hey, who ever heard of the Juka, my Naga? You ever heard of the Juka? You ever heard of the Juka, my Naga? This is the last thing before we close out the show. This is the outro, the Juka, my Naga. If you ever heard of the Juka, hit me up in the chat and let me know you heard of the Juka. If you ain't heard of the Juka, tell me you ain't heard of the Juka. It's all good, because we're going to talk about the Juka. My Naga, salute, tribe up. Hey. Now, before we talk about the Juka, though, the other day somebody was looking at my name on my China name. They would ask me about my China. They say, "Where your China name?" I told them how to spell it. They say Khans, Kaans. I say, they talking about, "Dang, how you spell that?" I'm like, damn. I'm like, man, you know, Nagas do what they want to do, man. Stop worrying about. I say, you don't spell that D. That ain't spelled D-A-T either, but you do that anyway, don't you? Salute. And I'm like, how you know that's not the way it's spelled? Who told you that? That's what I said. And on top of that, I said, who told you Khans wasn't spelled K-A-A-N-S? He talking about you put K Khan spelled K-H-A-N-S like Shad Khan, my nigga. I'm like, man, fuck Shad Khan, nigga. I say K-A. When your mama say K-A-A-N-S, nigga, it's K-A-A-N-S. But we talking to the Juka people, and I'm gonna make this make sense, y'all. Trust me. We talking about the Juka. Ambush Predator say he never heard of the Juka. Well, I'm finna expose it, but let me kick the sound back on. My sound on went out on me. Run the sound back. Then we finna get into the Juka. Let me start squinting and blow my screen up. I don't feel like putting on no glasses. Them glasses, I got reading, man. Them glasses be putting black marks on people's eyes. Man, I remember when I was in school, when I was like the 9th grade, it was this cute girl. She used to wear glasses. I said her name was Janice. When she took them glasses off, she had a little black thing right there. I was like, oh shit, fucked it up for me. You know what I'm saying? You know, when the Naga be kids, you pick at anything. You're a kid. But let's talk about the Juka though. Nobody ever heard of the Juka. So let's go to this source real quick. Let me shrink my page back. I blew it up, y'all. We all can see it. I got it on that grandma writing now. Look at that big old writing. Hey, alright, so the Juka tribes, and we talking indigenous people, we talking about so-called Maroons, right? We talking about so-called Bush Negroes. They got all kind of names for you Nagas. Let's talk about the Juka. N-D-Y-U-K, sometimes it's spelled D-J-U-K-A. It depends on where you look it up at. But the Wikipedia like to put N-D-Y-U-K. And they always trying to say, look, the Juka and related people are African descent, enslaved and transported cargo by the Dutch in Suriname. See, they always want to call you African, my nigga. No matter what, they gotta call you. Now see, the Juka language, also called Wakan, Okanisi, Jukatongo, the Wakans, my naga, K-A-A-N-S, my naga. It ain't K-H-N-S, my naga. It's K-A-A-N-S, my naga. I don't care what everybody else doing, my naga. I'm doing what the answer did. The Wakans, my naga. The Juco said it was cons, my naga. I'm doing what the Juco did. So forget what everybody else doing, my naga. The Juka, my naga. Juka language, look. Busi Ninja, Tongo, Eastern Maroon Creole, or Ninja. Ninja, look at that, ninja. They call you ninjas. They say you ninjas speaking Creole. Look at that, man. Alright, look at that. What is the Juka Treaty of 1760? Nobody ain't heard of the Juka Treaty of 1760? Oh, we know what it is. Just like Joseph Chachoya and all of them got treaties. They whooped ass in the mountains, and the colonizer had to make a treaty and say, okay, y'all got it. We'll leave y'all alone. The Treaty of 1760 allowed the Juka privileges, but also imposed restrictions like the return of runaway slaves. And in case of an external war, they must provide an army to fight with the Suriname National Army. But y'all see what the Juka look like? Y'all see what the Juka look like? There you go, my naga. That's your source. The Juka people, my naga. There's the Juka, my naga. The Juka, my naga. The indigenous Juka people, my naga. You wanted the source, my naga. There you go, my naga. The Juka. They're the sistering, my naga. Salute, tribe, boy. We do real research over here. We don't be fucking around with no fake ass shit. They don't call Nagas Maroons and all this old goof ass shit. The Naga Samara, my naga. The Samara Juka Naga. Salute. And they in Suriname, my naga. And what is their look? And what is their languages, my naga? The Juka language, Dutch, French, and Saratoga. So we know the Juka language is indigenous to America, right? It's not if these were Africans, wouldn't the Juka language be African? If they came from African, like Wikipedia telling us, if the Wakans and Juke, see, they painting themselves in the corner with their lies, because it don't take but a second to go look. The Juka people in Wakan are one of the Maroon people's bush niggas in the Suriname claim to come from Africa, right? Let's see. What part of Africa did they say they come from? They better not pinpoint no area. History. The Juka and related people are of African descent. Got them. Where in Africa? Point it out, because we finna go see the language over there. The Juka and related people are African descent, enslaved and transported by cargo to the Dutch, the Suriname in the 16 and 1700s to work on Dutch-owned colonial plantations. Those who escaped fled deep in the rainforest where they established maroon communities. Long route. Let's say what you gonna say? They mixed with the Taino or the Samara alongside rivers in mostly southeastern Suriname and parts. Look. And where their culture adopt the elements of Native American cultures. They adopt the elements of Native American culture now. So you say, at least you admitting that the culture is indigenous and they ain't adopted. They was born with it, they inherited. Talking about our sisters adopted something, they inherited that culture from their mothers. They got their mother chromosome, you big dummy, you big idiot. Colonizer, liar. Let's get to some more, man. Let's get to some more. They want to say you from Africa. What part of Africa? Right? Talking about them. Look, though. This is what's so funny, right? They claim they adopting indigenous Native American cultures, but then they turn around with this fork-tongued lie and tell you it is rare for the Juka people to marry outside they group. You big dummy. I told you we not mixed out. They do not marry out. They preserving they lineage since creation, my nigga. You is not mixed out with no long haired straight people that's looking like Eurasians. You ain't no Indian talking about you a black Indian mixed with nobody. No. If you ain't nappy headed American naga, you are not an Indian. You ain't become an Indian mixing with nobody. People tried to become the Indian mixing with you. They want to mix with you so bad. The Juka said, fuck no. It is extremely rare for the Juka, the Wakans people to marry outside their group. They said, if you ain't Israel, fuck you. So they remain genetically close to their indigenous ancestors. Not African. No, they're not going to get us that. Oh, you want to claim Africa? We ain't got there yet. We about to go there. We ain't going to even get into the revolt. You want to claim these people Africans, right? What part of Africa? We already know you're going to say West Africa. Well, okay. West Africa, Central Africa. So do anybody in West or Central Africa speak the Juka language, or do they speak Sarantongo? Sarantongo, Shranan Tongo is an English-based Creole language that is spoken as a lingua franca by approximately 550,000 people in Suriname, not in Africa, my nigga. Not in Africa. Oh, they from Africa, but they got their own language, my nigga. Shranan Tongo language family. Atlantic, not African, my nigga. Atlantic people. Suriname language family. We ain't even got to read all through it. They call it Creole, Surinamese Creole, blase blah. You want to keep throwing Africa in there. Why you got Africa all over here, but right here we clearly see Atlantic Suriname, Saratongo. All right, let's just get to it then. Shranan Tongo. We already know the answer. Shranan, also called Shranan Tongo, literally Suriname tongue. Suriname literally is literally Suriname tongue being spoken in Africa. And Google, you dumb as fuck, Google. Taki, talk, or say, or nigga Tongo, Black's tongue. Black's tongue, huh? Creole language spoken in Suriname, formerly Dutch Guiana, in northeastern South America, managa. Not in Africa, managa. They are not Africans, managa. Like, we playing chess, not checkers, and you want to play chess with blackjack, you gonna get your ass handed to you, managa. I'm take your money to the bank, my nigga. You can get your money taken, my nigga. You play chess with me, you gonna lose. They talking about Africans, my nigga, but they speaking Sri Tongo. No one in Africa speaks Sri Tongo. They speaking the blacks' tongue of Suriname, my nigga. If you ever heard of the blacks' tongue for Suriname, my nigga, if you have, let me know in the chat. If you ain't and it's something new to you, let me know this too. Salute tribe up. Sri Tongo. Nobody in Africa speaks Sri Tongo. Okay. Alright, nobody speaks Sri Tongo in Africa. Okay, let's see what was the other language. The Juka language. Does anybody in Africa speak the Juka language? Who speaks the Juka language in Africa? If they came from Africa, it should be a whole lot of Juka over there. The Juka, also called the Wakan, my nigga. The Juka Tongo. Oh, the Juka Tongo. The Juka Tong. The Wakans, my nigga. The Wakans. The Boosie Ninja. Oh man, see, I wasn't gonna show y'all Boosie Ninja yet, man. Alright, man, I gotta talk about the Boosie Ninja. We're gonna talk about the Boosie Ninja later, man. I wasn't gonna show y'all that one yet. The Boosie Ninja Tongo, considered by some to be pejorative. They say that one is pejorative. They say don't say that around me. They say don't say Boosie Ninja. They say you call you a Boosie Ninja. They say them fighting words. Eastern Maroon Creole or Ninja is a Creole Ninja. They call you niggas Ninja. Ninja is a Creole language of Suriname and French Guiana spoken by the Juka people. Anybody speaking Ninja in Africa? I mean, we might. What the hell? Let's just go on and see while we got a little more time. Back to Google. Anyone speaking Ninja over there? They came from Africa. They tell us. Anyone speak Ninja in Africa? They gonna say nigga. They gonna say nigga please. Google gonna come back and say nigga please. That's the answer. Well, we see the Songa language. Yeah, the Songa language. Oh, that's not Juka Tongo. That's like Shane's songs. The Songa language is an official language of South Africa, and under the name Shanghai. Look at that, Shangani. It is recognized as an official in Zimbabwe. See, that's not us. That's not us. The Songa is not us. That's not our shit. The Songa Zimbabwe. Nope, that's not Juka Tongo. Whole different thing. Juka Tongo. Hey man, y'all, we be busting their ass for real over here, man. We just a freestyle tonight. I was just putting out some research I had loaded up. So everybody was talking about. I was talking about maroons and shit. I was like, all right, let's talk about it then. I said, I'm watching you niggas. What y'all talking about? Socialina and everybody. I'm watching these niggas. Like, what y'all niggas talking about? I'm gonna start stealing it. Oh, I ain't gonna be stealing it. I'm just elaborate. I'm saying Socialina was talking about the maroons. I wanted to elaborate. He left out a few things. A lot of people leaving out a few things. Not just Socialina. Salute Socialina. I ain't mad at that brother for real. We just gotta keep it entertaining though. And a lot of brothers leaving stuff out, man. I see a lot of little channels out here. I've been seeing what I had to fall back and rest a little bit, see what was going on. See what Naga's doing. Naga leaving shit out though. I'm pointing out. I'm looking at the chinks in Naga's armor. I'm looking at the holes in the game. I said, all right, we're gonna do a thorough investigation. I say, whatever Naga talk about, I'm gonna go do a thorough talk about it. I'm gonna go thorough on it. I'm gonna chop some of this up. We got some members on the live stream coming in the next day or two. Tomorrow and the day after that, man, we got some hot shit coming that we ain't talked about before that I don't think nobody talked about. So if you want to catch on to that, man, make sure you're going to get that membership as low as $2.99 a month. If you want to check out some of the merchandise, we got it at the House of Cons at www.strictlyformynagas.com. And we got the Cash App at the bottom of the screen if you want to support monetarily. I'm saying cash.app/$House of Cons. Hey man, I appreciate everybody, man. Hey, it's always a good time. It's always a good frequency in here. Hey, I'm gonna see y'all next time. Tribe Bus, salute, peace, tribe. We out.